Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jefferson Krull, here with the news that can change your life. I'm wearing a suit and glasses today, so you can trust me. Hey everybody, today I'm here to talk about a story of faith, hope, and most importantly, trust. Because who can you trust in a market today that's changing? A market today that people don't understand. A market today that some say is more confusing than ever. After coming off a decade that they're calling the lost decade. Who can you trust? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can trust me. But that's not the point I'm trying to make today. The point I want to make today, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's so many people out there that want to trust. And that's why what's going on right now on the internet is that there are too many people out there trying to claim themselves as some sort of prognosticator, some kind of guru, some kind of analyst, some kind of technician, some person that's basically claiming to be smarter than you. I myself am not that person. I might have more experience than you, but I'm not going to go out there and say that I'm smarter than you. Far be it from me to tell you that. But what I'm here to talk to you about is all these bloggers and all these websites that have come together to try to convince themselves that they are smarter than you, and they want to try to convince you that they have something to offer that you might need. Now let's talk about a website that I admittedly have gone to read articles, a website that has given me pleasure, a website that has enlightened me onto some subjects, but also a website, let me add, a website that has been invited to the Traders Expo, a website that is possibly trusted by what they claim to be 350,000 subscribers. So I have to assume that somewhere out there, someone will probably be just as outraged about this as I am. I'm talking about a website called Seeking Alpha. That's right, Seeking Alpha. You know it, and you might love it. But another website out there, as well as all the other ones out there, claiming to know something that you don't know. Of course, it is up to you to decide who you put your trust in. And if you're going to release your trust to someone else, it is only you to blame if you fail. Because if you only trust yourself in your decisions as far as making money in the stock market, as far as anything, then it is only you to take credit for your achievements, and only you that will take credit for your failures. Only you can blame yourselves. So let's get to Seeking Alpha and the 350,000, 369,000 possibly subscribers that have gone to this website, yay, to learn, maybe to enlighten themselves, maybe to find opinions, maybe just seeking a way to try to figure out how to make money in this market because they've given up hope for themselves and looking for direction, looking for a place to go to point them in the right direction. So let's look at an article written by Seeking Alpha. Oh, did I mention that Seeking Alpha as well as Cramer, who possibly has the most subscribers, obviously because the gentleman's on television, the most followers. Cramer has not helped me once in the last 3 or 4 years. I think I might have made money on one of his stocks in my life, and that's because I liked the company as well, and that was Dolby. That was a company that Cramer did like. So, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We're talking about Seeking Alpha right now, as well as all the other websites out there trying to claim how smart they are. So let's look at December 10th, and let's talk about a company that I was hyping up myself on my website, hitthebid.com, formerly known as suckmynasdaq.com, formerly known as ican'tmakemoneyinthestockmarket.com, formerly known as thedepressioncave.com. We all know it, we all love it. And if you've been at the website, you know what I provide on a daily basis. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about Seeking Alpha, and let's talk about U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel, basically the reason that I bought it was that I read about how steel production was probably going to get better in the oncoming future, 2010, 2011. So looking at a chart, which is what I do generally, looking at a chart and how much the stock has come down in the crash of 2009, I started buying US Steel at about $20 a share. And of course, as a trader, as soon as it started to go up a little bit, I sold the bulk of it, only holding on to that last 100 or 200 shares. Now you're thinking, why listen to me? I'm just a peon talking about owning 100 or 200 shares, right? But let's not look at that for the moment right now. But let's look about what the stock did. I said that US Steel will probably, as the rally continues for the rest of 2009, we'll probably see a $50 price tag on US Steel by the end of the year. And then we hit 50 early on. I said you might want to take profits. And then lo and behold, we got an opportunity to buy US Steel again there at $35. And I told you, ladies and gentlemen, the curse, the plight that I go through on a daily basis is whenever I sell a stock, you want to be buying that stock. Because generally, the Jew that I am, when I see the money, I must take the money. Even though I thought the stock would rally again into the end of the year, even though I was getting it at a discounted price, still took the money, only held on to that last 100 shares. And what I did tell you to buy this time, I was telling you to buy December $40 calls when the stock was at $37, and those options would have made you probably 100, 200, 300, 400, maybe 1,000% on your money. But that's what brings me back to Seeking Alpha. And the reason that maybe somebody out there also is in my predicament. As they went on December 10th, about a month after I had bought the stock, they went on to tell you about the world steel production, how it grew, and how US Steel, most of that growth in the US in the steel industry has been coming from other places. Japan, the Ukraine, Russia, China. And they go on to say, US Steel is by far the worst performing company in its peer group when you graph revenue growth. Now, here's where the layperson gets really excited. They start talking about TTM, EBITDA, revenue growth, earnings per share, everybody's favorite EPS, breaking it down, and then breaking it down onto what they think they're going to make and seeing where the stock, so they consider the stock overpriced and overhyped. Is US Steel going back to its former glory? I don't think so. China has accounted for 86% of the demand since 2006. Now, what they go on to say, well, let me just come back after a second. Let me just take a short break.